Hello, my Zen zebras. Hello, my merry mermaids, my merry merrymen, my namaste ninjas. Am I losing my mind? My dream makers, my Zen zebras, my bella butterflies, my unique unicorns. Everybody in the Mystic Brady Bunch and anybody else who might watch this. YouTube doesn't like when I go live or anybody goes live. They want to take your video and they want you to put it on hold or private and release it at a later time so they could look through it. But this is important because I just like when I get on a kick, it's not a kick, it's like when I'm passionate about finding the missing, especially children, and I'm so sorry. This little boy went missing in 2020 and I was like, why was I not on this case? And I feel bad. I feel badly. But then I remembered 2020 was my grandsons. I say them my grandsons because I don't have any grandchildren. I'm not lucky enough to have any physical grandchildren, but I have grandchildren that are in heaven. I worked on the Sincere and Classic case. Those are two brothers went missing in California. They were adopted out and they changed their names, but I still call them Sincere and Classic. Anyhow, they were 2020. They were 2019 going into 2020. That's when they actually were murdered by their adopted parents. That's truth. They're in jail, prison right now. Adopted parents murdered them, both brothers, and continued to collect the paycheck for them. And didn't say they went missing until months later. This is terrible, horrible case. Their bodies have never been found, but at least they have been found, and they are in prison. I started talking to them right away, so I knew they were in the spirit world. I knew they weren't with us on the physical world. And then there was, in February 2020, there was it Suzanne Morphew? And actually, I was working on Jennifer Dulo's case, and she went missing a few years, like in 2017, 2018, something like that. But my YouTube channel didn't start until 2019, so you have to figure. But then I had Suzanne Morphew, and then I had Summer Moon Utah Wells. Sometimes I have to close my eyes because I have ADD, so helps me to focus. There's just been so many. And then I had Michael Joseph Vaughan in June or the end of June, same year, 2021. So, anyhow, I apologize to Dylan. His name is Dylan Ehler. Ehler. And I have a candle and I have a couple of videos that I put up. Hopefully people will watch them. I checked, wasn't that much coverage. And that's the thing. Not a lot of people know about Dylan. And I also worked on Dylan Rounds. That was a 19-year-old that went missing. So Dylan, his full name is Dylan Norman John Ehler. I have it on my candle. And I've been working very, very hard since last night. And I did go to sleep for a little while. And when I woke up today, I didn't eat anything. I just had coffee. And I went right to it. And I lit my candle. I've been doing, hi Carol Plant. Hi Taurus Girl Reads. Hi Tra-la-la. Thank you guys for being here. I just wanted to get something off my mind because I did a read and I've been doing readings, and I had a nail appointment. I couldn't go. I had to get gas for my car. I couldn't go. I was supposed to go for a walk. I didn't go yet. I will do that though, but it's really hot out. Because I've been doing this reading and I've been tapping in, and it takes a long time. I have a slight headache, but I feel good because at least I'm giving him some attention. Dylan. And now his father's name is Jason Eller. Okay? So Jason, JASANEHLER, has a YouTube channel. So just put in like Dylan Ehler. I'm sorry. I might be pronouncing it wrong, incorrectly. He was born on April 16th, 2017, and he was only 3 years old when he went missing. So that's still like a baby. May 6th, 2020, from Nova Scotia, Truro, Truro, Nova Scotia. So, like, I think a lot of people were starting to think, is there a connection between Lily, missing children, Lily, and Jack Sullivan, missing from Nova Scotia, and also Dylan? Like, maybe it was the same person that stole them. I didn't feel that way, so I can only. Sorry about my bangs there. My hair is messy, but it's clean, and I really put a lot of conditioner in it because I had so many knots. So now I don't have any knots. It feels soft. Okay. I know that was random. That's how my mind works. It jumps around. So what I tried to do was I tried to really focus in. I was doing the crime cards, and the crime cards kind of give me a headache. So then I put them down, and I did this, and I was really trying to work with Gannon, who my spirit guides are Gannon, Shanann, JJ, and Tylee, and some children from other cases I worked on. And sometimes I ask Summer, but she's always kind of playing. And she gets caught up with like the things that I have on the table and stuff. But anyhow, so I had to go through, like, I had to stop and start because life is happening. Hi, Hanny. Do I mean kidnapped, not stole? Yeah, kidnapped or taken. Yeah, Gannon. I said Gannon, but it might have sounded like I said Gavin. No, Gannon Stalk is my spirit guide. Blue Boy. We used to call him Blue Boy because his favorite color is blue, still in heaven. And also Sonic. He loves Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, so I usually, like, my iPad went dead, and I wish. Let me see if I can get a picture back there. Okay. You see that picture? It's not a great picture, but I wanted this picture because he had the coat on. See that coat? Now, this is when he was 3. Now he would be 8. That coat had like USA on the sleeves and stuff, right? It's not a great picture. I'm trying to get a picture so that I could put it back there so people could know who I'm talking about. Yes, his name is Dylan Norman John Eller. And he was born April 16th, 2017. He's an Aries. So a little fireball, right? Has a lot of energy. Okay. I was trying to figure out if he was in the spirit world, and I was trying to channel him, and I was trying to talk to his spirit guides. If the kids don't want to talk to me, I could talk to their spirit guides or my spirit guides. And I was getting a blank. I was getting a blank, right? So I started to get happy, not sad, happy, because it's been so long since I felt a blank. When I say a blank, what I mean is, sorry, I don't have any makeup on or filter, but that's not what's important, right? When I feel a blank, I felt like I wasn't able to talk to him on the spiritual level or his spirit guides. And then I asked the question to my spirit guides and his spirit guides. And I said, is Dylan in the spirit world? And I hear, no, he is not. So, you know what? I am a psychic medium. Those of you who know me know my work. All right, for many, many years. I've been doing this for many years. Okay? Can I be wrong? Yes, I can. Absolutely. So I would never say that this was, 100%, because only God is 100%. Not another psychic, that has the initials DS. Nobody is 100%, only God. Okay? But I want to try to do my due diligence to help Dylan and help Jason and help Ashley for this little boy. Look at that face. Another interesting thing about him is he has one eye that is like bluish green, and then the right eye, half of it is blue and half of it is hazel or green. It's very beautiful. He looks a lot like his father. I wish I had a picture of his father right now. He looks more like his father. So, like when I see him and kind of talk to his energy, I see him as an 8-year-old third grader, right? Or getting ready for third grade. And he has high cheekbones. He has the chubby cheeks, but they went into high cheekbones. And he's kind of like built strong. And I tried to tap into where he was. So I used my map, and I'm just going to show you that. Oh no, I don't understand why it doesn't go. Does it go? Oh no, I gotta take it off of this. Done. No green screen. How do I do that? I don't know, guys. I don't know how to get it off of the green screen to show you my map. Alright, anyway, let me just turn it over this way. Can you see it that way? No, you can't. Alright, basically I have a calendar. Not a calendar, it's a map. And then I put the alphabet on it. And every single letter, I ask the same question. And it takes a long time. Sometimes I ask it 3 times. That's why it takes a really long time with the dowsing rods. I very rarely do them, but I'll do them for him. I don't know why this won't go. I'm trying to get the green screen off, guys, but I do want you to see him. Anyway, okay. It's just a map. Could I show you this way, maybe? Alright, it's not working out, so I'll just do it this way. I'll just describe it to you. And I write the alphabet on the top, and then I asked the dowsing rods before, when I did the 2 videos that put them on. They're both up on my YouTube channel, but they were from my TikTok. And not many people are looking at it. They're looking at the Lily and Jack case and not looking at the Dylan case. And that's not fair. Okay, so I'm going to do what I can to try to find him. So I asked, you know, did he come over from, is he still in Canada? Okay, I have my notes here. And I got no, he's not in Canada. Is he in the water? Is he deceased? I got no and no. That's why you haven't found anything. And those boots really weren't his. Breaking news came out that the mother did admit she made a mistake and those boots weren't his. They literally were not his. Okay, so nothing has been found from him. Pretty sure. I mean, if I'm wrong, please put it in the comments. Let me know if you heard something different. Okay, there he is. So I went through, like, is he in Washington? Is he in Montana? Is he in North Dakota, Minnesota, Michigan? I thought maybe Michigan for some reason because I felt very hot on Lake Huron, right? Why is it so dim in here? Are two lights out? Lake Huron. Let me just see. Huron. I know I seem kind of lame, like geographically lame, and I am kind of lame. That's why I have my trusty map. Basically, I'm just going to say it, okay? So I went through the alphabet, the entire alphabet. And the only letters that I said, what's the letter of the state, city, or town that Dylan Eller, Dylan Norman John Eller is located in right now? And it's very hard to do that because the alphabet is 26 letters. Okay, so it stopped at N when I did it the first time, because I have to do this many times. When I was meditating and looking at the map, I got a hit on New York. Like going straight from Canada, that's what I said in my other video, getting picked up in the car right by Dorothy's house. Getting picked up in a truck. I didn't see white. Somebody else said white. I saw a black truck. But I could be wrong, like the colors sometimes they just show you in black and white, but I saw a dark truck. And then I didn't get airport. I didn't feel hot on the airport. I asked him if he went by boat. I asked him if he went by air. He said no and no. Or his spirit guides did. Then I asked him if he drove, and that was a definite hit. So driving from Canada to New York could only be 5 hours. You could do it. My ex-boyfriend used to always go with his family. Oh, we got to go to Canada. We're going to Canada. Okay. And it was like only 5 hours away, 5 hours drive. Okay. Anyhow. So I was like, are you in upstate New York? I got a hit. No, absolutely not. So then I said New York City. And then I got a yes, New York City. But then I was like, are you in Manhattan? Because New York is big, it's 5 boroughs. I'm from New York. Okay, so then I went back to the alphabet to make sure, double check, triple check. Then I stopped concentrating on New York and I go back to my dowsing rods with Montana, Michigan, Lake Huron, and I'm getting no again, no. And you have to wait for the dowsing rods to close or open, whatever. It was open as a hug, open wide is yes, and close X in front of me was no. Okay, so then when I got to, does the city, town, or state that you're in start with the letter S? When I did the alphabet, I got yes, right? And the dowsing rods opened up and hugged me. It went oh so wide that it gave me a hug. So then I was like, you're in Staten Island, New York? Okay. So this is allegedly, I don't know for 100% sure. And then I was trying to figure out, how could we figure out if somebody went there in 2020 with a little boy and they could say that they had the boy in Canada, but they weren't in with their baby daddy anymore, and they moved back to New York or Staten Island, New York. Okay. I mean, it could be. And then she just raises the little boy as her own. That's why I was saying to the father, please don't stop your videos. I know it's very heartbreaking to do them. Please don't stop them, because I truly believe that he's going to see you. And he's going to be like, that guy looks like me. And he's always, I mean, he was only 3 years old when he was, gone, missing. And of course, he'll think whoever's with him are his parents or his real family. But then there'll be an instinct. Why don't I feel like I belong here? Why am I different from other people? Why do I feel like they're not my real parents, or that's not my real mom? Okay? Because I just heard single mom. Anyhow, it could be wrong or it could be right. This is what I got. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out there to you guys, to get the energy. And those empaths, my empath empire, those are the light workers out there that help me. Taurus Girl Reads, if you could do a reading on Dylan, that would be great. Tell us your feelings. Anybody out there, Kim Magical, anyone out there that, try to play around with your cards, or anything that you could do to bring light to the case or bring more energy to the case. Because right now, he's not getting hardly any of the attention that he deserves. Okay, I'm just taking out my plug. I don't know how much of the battery I have left, but let me just finish off with the cards that I did pick. I didn't like them because I feel like he's alive, but okay, let me just read what I have, because I don't want to make this too long, because I've been doing this for hours. So when he went missing, he had a camouflage pants on. He had a jacket that had like a USA stuff on it, right? That's why I have this canvas out, right? So if he was in Canada, but he had a USA jacket, who gave him that jacket? I wanted to find out. In terms of Dorothy, I did meditate on Dorothy. Dorothy is the grandmother that he went missing through, and also Jeff Parsons is Dorothy's husband. He came home for lunch and he saw him as well. He saw Dylan as well. So, what I got on Dorothy was I feel her pain, and she feels blamed. She did not go outside at the same time with the little boy, with her grandson. Okay. She thinks it was just a second that he was in front of her, like he went outside to meet her. She was coming out too, but she was not. He was in the house, and she was in the house. I see the grandfather leave. It was very soon after the grandfather left, I believe, to go back to work. And it was weird. The grandfather didn't even come back to search for his grandson. That's weird. Then support his wife. But anyhow, my feeling was not that she did anything, except that she did not tell the whole truth. She did not hurt him or anything like that. She took her eyes away from him. She was doing something by the sink. I see her by the sink, and no, I don't see her drinking. I see her, she had a problem with that, but she wasn't on that day. She wasn't, she was happy to be with him and her puppy, very involved with the puppy. Okay, so she's in the house by the sink in the kitchen, and a little boy, I want to go out, I want to go out. And she goes, we're going to go out. All right, go outside, because he kept saying it. Go out, you could meet us outside. But by the time she got outside, it was more than 18 seconds. She was not out there with him. And he went, I see him going, I saw the layout, one of the videos. I didn't see him going through a fence. I saw him going where the cars come. And he didn't go by the water. He got picked up by a car. I don't think he got hit. I think he got picked up. And they said, we're going to maybe take you to your mom or your dad. He's friendly. And he was a little baby, little toddler, 3 years old. But I don't feel Grandma, I feel like she feels very similar to the parents, like she's blamed. And she blames herself, trust me. I went inside her space, and Dylan would not want you to be fighting or not talking to each other. Family should come together and just, apologize to each other. But she did not try to make him go away. She's not responsible. Like some people were comparing her to Grandis. I do not think that. In the Summer Wells case, no, not at all. Not at all. Whole different. She was excited about playing with her grandson with the new puppy. That's an exciting thing. Okay. The only thing that I feel that she's holding back is just that he went out before her. He went out the door because she was getting something. She's over by the sink. Maybe she's washing her hands. Maybe she was washing a dish. Okay. There was nothing nefarious, but afterwards, she just feels like the world was against her. But everybody in the family feels like the world's against them. Nobody's a perfect person in this scenario or in any scenario. Nobody's perfect, but you do deserve your grandchild back. You do deserve your child back. And, everybody makes mistakes. And I maybe she was trying to get the harness, because he actually did have a harness. Okay, and I know about harnesses because I come from a family of 6. We used to have a harness, but it was actually the dog's leash we used. So anyhow, because so that we wouldn't run off. When you go on a walk with a lot of kids, you got to be careful. Anyhow, I see a car picking him up, and I see him having like another life, but always having a feeling, if he is indeed alive, he has a feeling, why don't I belong? There's some kind of odd feeling that I don't belong. That's why I want the father and the mother to continue doing videos, because all kids know how to use the internet. All kids have an iPad or a computer, or even at school. And he'll come across it. He'll come across your videos. Let me see. Yeah, so I don't feel like the rubber boots were his. I feel like he had a whole different outfit, different clothes from another kid. Driven from Canada to New York, not upstate, but maybe it started out as upstate, and then you go through upstate to New York City. And that's a car. You could do that in a car. I just wanted to see if I had anything else, and before I read the cards real quick. I don't know if the cards will. Yes, Dorothy wasn't drinking, but she wasn't paying attention because she was doing something at the sink that took her longer than what she thought, and he had gone out. And she didn't want to say that because she knew that she would be blamed even more. Um, and that's really the only thing. So, like, please don't fight with each other. And unlike, I know, I'm sure it's really terrible. um it sounded like Jason tried to speak with her and tried to talk with her more and maybe search the house, and you're not going to find anything in that house because he just walked out. And it was maybe 3 minutes and then he got picked up. First I see him picking up a flower and looking around at the grass, picking up a piece of little wood, and then like looking over by the exit way. And I don't feel like the grandfather knows anything. It's just weird that he didn't come back and help his wife. Um yeah, people need to come together and help each other and support each other during this time because of the love that you have for this boy. Okay? No money is exchanged. I asked that so many times because I was like, okay, one of the psychics that Jason had on his YouTube show, um I was jiving with, well, a couple of them said that he's with a new family and they paid for him and they're a rich family, so he's just living as a rich kid. And I was like, I'm in, but then I'm out because I don't think he's rich. I do see him having a nice room. I do sort of see another kid, or he's replacing another kid that maybe passed away, or another kid that maybe grew up. Um, Anyhow, I didn't see money exchange, and I asked that to the spirit guides. I asked that question over and over again with the dowsing rods as well. And so, what would that mean? That would mean like kind of a freak. It was a freak thing, like somebody was sad and wanted a kid, and saw that baby, and took the opportunity, and then kept driving. I don't feel like it's very close. It's very closed, and not that many people know about it. So like I'm seeing this woman saying that this is her baby that she had, and she just went back home. I'm hearing home. Is Staten Island, New York home? I don't know. Okay, but I'm not getting money exchanged. And I kept asking, is he alive or is he in the spirit world? Whatever the answer is, I can handle it because I'm just trying to get clues one way or another. And they were like, nope, he's not, Katrina, he's not up here with us. Because I got people up there, okay? And they were like, Katrina, we told you already. No, he's down there, okay? So no money exchanged. Oh, and I did agree with one of the psychics saying that he's not hurt or beat up. And the only confusing thing is, if you find him, that he will be like, no, I want to, this is my family. But then he'll have like a question mark because when he sees his father, it'll be like looking into his own eyes, and his mother will look familiar. So there'll have to be like a certain song that you used to sing to him, certain things that you used to do with him. Say that on the video. Do those songs on the video. Say those stories, those memories on the videos. And I'm telling you, the universe will get it to him. So mote it be. Okay. All right. Now let me just look at my cards, which I didn't feel hot on all of them. But so we have intuition. Okay. Intuition will crack this case. Intuition will help him and you guys get back together. Intuition about your mother as well. It's like it's time to put down the swords and have a meeting. I know you blame your mother, but you shouldn't blame your mother. She everybody makes mistakes in their life, and she didn't set out to lose her grandson who she loves. She loved and loves him dearly. And imagine, accusing somebody of that. Please don't ruin your relationship with your mother, your mother-in-law, your ex-mother-in-law, the grandmother of your son. Okay. And also, like, there's another grandmother that you're estranged from. Please, we have to say, you know what? Nobody is perfect in this world. Nobody. Okay? So we have to just like be forgiving and loving to each other. Unless that person was like, responsible for something like so vicious. But I don't feel it's anything to do with the family. And the family was tortured. The family was tortured with Facebook groups and saying that, Jason did something, Dorothy did something, Ashley did something. And Ashley did a couple of TikToks that were trending with her son. She wasn't trying to say that subliminally, I'm going to hurt my son. No, because she loves him. She misses him. So I got this evidence in a car or a truck or a van. But I feel like that evidence went to maybe New York. Okay? But somebody had to see that car. Somebody had to see something they're not talking about. Because maybe they were high or something. I'm not talking about in Dorothy's house. There's houses around there. People were maybe on shrugs and afraid of saying that they saw a car. Because they know the person who picked him up. I'm getting female, but I also did get a male energy. And this one is, they could be either African American and Asian or Hispanic. They're mixed. So they're either African American and Asian, or they are Hispanic and Asian, or Hispanic and African American. They have dark eyes and swarthy skin and dark hair that could be going gray. They have, I'm not saying this is the person picked them up, because I felt that was a female. And that female could have green eyes. Okay? Which is very rare. This is just somebody who might have a clue, who might have been watching. Just, and then they just forgot about it or whatnot. There was definitely some sort of cleanup. Remember, I told you I saw Dorothy washing something at the sink, probably cleaning up after lunch. But a cleanup. I see somebody leaving their apartment or their house in a fast way, like volatile way. Like, I'm out of here. And I'm not going to stop driving until I get there. Love has to do with it. Lies have to do with it. Fraud. okay? And this one got to me. Faked death. So, in other words, the person who took the baby, took Dylan, wants Dylan to appear like he died. Why? So that no one would be looking for him. And when I asked, "Are you still in Canada?" so many times, I got no. I asked if he's in Nova Scotia. I asked so many times. "Oh, Taurus girl, you're texting me, but I'm in the middle of this. I'll text you back. I'll text you back as soon as I get off of here, okay? Love you. And I'm glad you're feeling better." Okay. Why do I have such an egghead? Okay. So, fake death, I think that's important. And I didn't understand this gift until I saw Dylan being given a gift. That I asked, was it the boots? No, this is something different. Like, did they entice Dylan with a gift in the car? Or "I'm going to give you a gift"? Or "your mom and dad told me to give you a gift"? Okay. Trapped. Okay. So when he's feeling trapped is when he's in the car and he realizes he's getting further and further away, and he's not seeing his grandmother, he's not seeing his mom, he's not seeing his dad, he's not seeing his grandpa, he's not seeing his sister. He had a sister too, a half sister, but still he has some memory of that, but it's like a dream. Every time he brings it up, they say, "Oh, you're just dreaming, that was just a dream. This is your family." Okay. And I did get this card. I got worried I wasn't going to show it to you, but then I thought of something. Landfill, right? I don't think you can see it. Can you see it? It says landfill, right? Let me just hold it right here. Yeah, can you see it? I was like, "Oh, I'm not going to show that card," right? But then Staten Island, where I'm from, Staten Island, New York. I'm in Texas now, but Staten Island, from where I'm from, is considered like the biggest dumping place. It's not a dump. I love it. I would have never moved. But life's expensive. New York's very expensive, so we came here to Texas. But anyhow, there's a huge dump in landfill in Staten Island. It's across the street from the mall. It's like the biggest, I don't know, in the country, in the world. And a lot of people's garbage from all the boroughs, the 5 boroughs, the Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, Long Island, and Staten Island, um, goes comes all the way to Staten Island and is dumped there. So people would say, "Oh, you're from Staten Island. Staten Island dumps. Staten Island landfill," right? And sometimes when you come off the bridge over by the landfill, you smell the dumps and it stinks. It's terrible, right? So then I wasn't so sad because the landfill is right up. I didn't feel like he was buried in a landfill. I'm pretty sure in Nova Scotia, they checked the landfills. They didn't find any evidence of him. He could not have been out of the house more than 3 minutes. The only thing I feel like Dorothy didn't tell the full truth is that he went out first. He said, okay. She's finally, she gave in to him because he kept saying, I want to go out, 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 I want to go out. And you just, all right, go meet us out there. Let me just get the leash and wash my hands. And then when she went out, she looked all around behind a shed. He wasn't there. So he went to the front where cars are going by. He didn't go over by water. He just went where cars went by, and a car pulled up, pushed the door open, and it was like they acted like they knew him. So landfill can be another, or I could be wrong. All right, I would never be like so much in my ego that I would say everything I say is correct. Right? That could be another clue, is what I'm trying to say. To Staten Island, New York. Does anybody have anybody that they know in New York that could check things out for them? You could simply call up there's like, I don't know, 4. Hey, babe? Babe? How many police stations are there in Staten Island? How many police stations are there in Staten Island?
Why would I know that?
Oh, I have this, like, 1 second. There's Newdorf, there's Tottenville, there's the 122.
Police, right, New York Police State, that's all I think. New York City Police Department. St. George, Richmond Avenue, Main Street, Island Boulevard, Tompkinsville, St. George, Midland Beach.
My head hurts bad.
Why do you wanna know that?
I'm looking for that little boy.
I've never heard of anybody get arrested.
Oh,
Why is your head hurting like that?
I don't know. And then I have a tickle in my throat and I cough it. My head feels
Why
like
is your head hurting like that? Take some Excedrin.
I'm trying to, but I don't know if I can swallow it.
Well, you're gonna have to try, because you look like your head's gonna fall off your neck.
They're doing a channeling for that boy. Sorry, guys. I literally lost my voice. When I cough, I have a headache to begin with because I've been channeling too long. And it feels like my head is cut off. You know, like cut right here. And then I have like a tickle in my throat. So I couldn't even take the Excedrin until I can get that tickle out. But every time I cough, it hurts up here. So I'm gonna take this cough drop. It's I took 2 Excedrin, and I'm gonna be finished after this. But I have something else to say about police stations. Hi, JR. I'm reading on Dylan Ehler. I'm about to get off. I just have one last thing to say. And I just, because I've been channeling since last night about him. What happens is I get migraines and then I can't, my throat closes up, and that usually means stop talking about it for a while. So, what happened to Dylan? I'm asking that Dylan be surrounded by all kinds of his guardian angels, Archangel Michael, making sure nobody messes with him, nobody hurts him, and that he has a safe life, and that when the time is right, he will know what to do, and he will be safe. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, sorry about that. I literally couldn't speak, and then I was coughing, and then what I was trying to say is, if the father does see this video, because now after I go off, YouTube will watch it, look through it, and won't post it right away. It'll take a few hours or even a day. But I have the other videos posted. There's about 10 police stations in Staten Island, New York. If the father or the mother or the whole Dylan Ehler company, whoever's advocating for Dylan, could get in touch with the police stations and get a picture, a flyer that could go up in the police station. Okay? Even if you want to say somebody, a psychic that's from Staten Island, New York, that used to work with the cops. I used to work with the cops on Staten Island, NYPD, to look for the missing. Anyhow, if you could get a flyer of your son in all of those stations, if there's 10 stations, then that's 10 places. And I know it's a baby picture, but you could get it so that it's, what he would look like at age 8. And I know this isn't a great picture, but I was just taking a picture of his coat. But see his hands? It's very strong. Okay, anyhow. Also, New York City, Manhattan. See if you could do the same. Get on the phone with somebody, speak to somebody, and just say, a few psychics have said that maybe he had been taken from Canada into New York. And can I get a flyer of my son out there? Or up on the wall, on the database. Okay. I hope this helps. I love you all. Namaste. justice for Dylan.